Shalom, everybody. My name is Rabbi Weinberg. Now, you may not know me. I did visit your classes, but maybe not when you were the students there. So let me tell you who I am. I am Moras Rina's Abba. And Morat Rina has asked me to do a little something with you for Chanukah, which I'm going to do now. Now, I'm not going to tell you about the history of Chanukah, because you know all about that, and the brachot, and the sevivon, and all the things, and the latkes, and the sabguniot, and all that stuff. You're going to learn about that if you don't know it already. But I want to show you something about this menorah. Some people now use shemen zayit. You know what that is? Olive oil, because the nace of Chanukah was with olive oil. Other people use candles. But what I want to show you now is easier with candles. So let me show you how we light the Chanukah. This is called a menorah, because in the Bet HaMikdash, in the Holy Temple, they had a menorah. But we also call it a Chanukah, which means what we use on Chanukah. Just like we use a shofar on Rosh Hashanah, and we use a matzah on Pesach, and we use a sukkah on Sukkot, we use the Chanukah on Chanukah. Now, on the first night of Chanukah, Sunday night, we put the candle on the right-hand side, facing it. When we face the menorah, that's where it should be, right here. And we sing 3 brachot the first night, Lahadlik Ner Shel Chanukah, She'asa Nisim, and the Shehechiyanu. And on the second night of Chanukah, and right through the 8 days, we only sing the 2 brachot, Lahadlik Ner Shel Chanukah, and She'asa Nisim Lavotenu B'Yamim Hahem Bazman Hazeh. And then we light the first candle. Now I want to show you what happens the second night. The second night we put in another candle this way. But always remember that we light the new candle first, and then we go back to that one. And the third night of Chanukah, we light 3 candles, and then first this one, the new one, and then we go back and back. And this, of course, is the shamash, which is the candle that lights the other candles. And the reason for the shamash is something which Morat Rina will discuss with you. First of all, it's nice to light the other candles with it, but it has another special meaning as well. So now I just want to tell you very quickly that Shammai, who was a great rabbi, I don't even know if he was a rabbi, he was a Talmid Chacham. He had a whole school, the Bet Shammai, in the Talmud. And he said that the first night of Chanukah, we should have all 8 candles. And the second night of Chanukah, 7 candles. And the third night of Chanukah, 6 candles. All the way down till the last night of Chanukah, we should only have 1 poor little candle left. Now you might say, Shammai, how can you say a thing like that? Don't you know we start with 1 and go up to 8? But Shammai had a very good reason. The reason Shammai said we should do it that way is because the nace had all the oil the first night of Chanukah. It was all there. And then a little bit went down. That was already a nace. And then a little less. And a little less. So to show the nace the way it really happened in the Bet HaMikdash, Shammai said, start with all the oil, or start with all the candles, and work it down. And he was really right. It made sense. But then there was the other great rabbi, even if he may not have been called a rabbi, he was great as any rabbi. His name was Hillel. And Hillel lived at the same time as Shammai. They didn't always agree. Most of the time they didn't agree. But they loved each other very much anyway. They just had different ways of showing what the Torah should be. And Hillel said, no, Shammai, we start with 1 and we go up to 8. So Shammai said, now, Hillel, why do you say that? Didn't I just tell you all the oil was there the first night? Hillel said, don't get excited, Shammai. Don't get angry. I have a reason. My reason, Hillel said, is Ma'alin b'kodesh ve'ein moridin. When it comes to matters of Kedusha, things that are holy, the Jewish people always go up. We always increase, and we never go down. Just think, Hillel said, how would it look if the first night of Chanukah, it's all beautiful, all the lights are on, and the last night of Chanukah, poor little old candle, just sitting there all by itself, sputtering out. That's not the way the Jewish people live, Hillel said. Even though you're right, Shammai, history, you're right. Logic, you're right. But the real life of the Jewish people, we forget about history. We forget about everything, because when it comes to Kedusha, to do holy things, things of the Torah, we always rise and always get greater. We learn a little Torah, and then we learn more and more and more, till we know a great deal. And that's the little lesson, the story, or the little argument, if you want to call it that, between Shammai and Hillel, and why we went along with Hillel. So that's the little thing I wanted to do with you today, and I want to wish each and every one of you and your families a Chanukah Sameach, and I want to thank Bar Radrina for giving me the chance of sharing these few words with you. Shalom. Bye.